Hello, Internet. This is
Hi.
Quest Clear Cast Episode 2. I'm Owen, and today I'm with Arden.
Hello.
I'm with Evan.
Hello.
I'm with Brian,
Hello.
and I am with Brandon.
What's up?
All right. We are not doing Xenoblade Talk today just because we went for 3 hours last time. So we're going to be doing a much simpler podcast today. We're going to be talking mostly about Super Smash Brothers. The new game is coming out in just a few weeks, and we just want to talk about what we think about it. Yeah, get hype about it. And we also have a couple other things. Before we get started, there's a couple smaller topics I want to cover. So first off is by the time that this is uploaded, this will probably be uploaded on this Wednesday. Desert Bus is likely still going. Desert Bus is a charity where the Canadian comic strip Loading Ready Run will play one of the worst video games ever made, driving from Tucson, Arizona to Las Vegas, Nevada in real time. That is 8 hours. They are doing it for charity. They over the last 12 years of doing it, they've raised over $5 million. Go check them out, support them. It's a great cause. All right.
Good bus.
Yes.
I learned about it through the
Great
AVGN, and
Yes.
now I'm more interested to support them now.
Yeah, it's super cool.
We can have like a link in the description or something like that.
Yeah, we'll have a link in the description for the Desert Bus for charity.
It's really cool. It's really cool. Check it out. If you want a Xeno fix for whatever reason, in the coming weeks there will be a Xeno Chat episode. Xeno Chat is a podcast that some friends of mine do. Not this, but I am not that. But I am doing. I was a guest on that on a very recent episode, and that will be out soon. So look forward to that. And they have 4 episodes out already. So if you want to go listen to that, need your Xeno fix, that's there. And then for news stories, we don't really have too much, but the biggest thing is Final Fantasy news. So first of all, Final Fantasy 13 is coming to Xbox One as like a backwards compatible game, which is good for me because I'm playing all the Final Fantasy games, and that's the only one I didn't have the ability to play because I don't own a PS3 or an Xbox 360. Any thoughts on this?
It's also on PC, but I hear the PC ports are pretty awful.
No.
I actually tried looking up on Steam and I couldn't find it. So
Really? It's
I'll
on Steam
definitely
now.
look into it.
Or
was that just added?
no. Well, actually, I think it was added like years ago. Maybe look up right now. Final Fantasy XIII.
I'm like,
But yeah,
terrible
I
at
have Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
like I haven't played a Final Fantasy game
13.
before, but I mean, if I ever get into it, I could. That's like a source to get into it.
13 is
Yeah.
not the best place to start with, but it's
Yeah.
as someone who wants to play
No?
all the as someone who wants to play all the
But
games.
all 3 games are on PC. But I think
I
I heard they were poorly optimized.
Yeah. Anyway, either way, I'll do it on Xbox One when I get to that. I'm playing through the games right now, so it's important for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other big news is Final Fantasy 15. Square Enix did a celebration
Yeah,
thing.
an anniversary.
Is it fair to call it a celebration when they
Nah.
cut 75%? So basically, the director for the replacement director for Tabata, yeah, he left the company, and Square Enix has canceled 3 out of 4 of the DLCs for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. It was called To the Future or something, like the whole DLC pack. Like
Yeah.
I think.
Like the one that they kept was Arden's story, but they cut Noctis's story, which is really surprising.
DLC in general, it just rubbed me the wrong way for 15 in general.
Yeah, because 15 had this whole thing where it's like, all right, we're gonna release this huge package, and it's like sweet, and then like, okay, now we're gonna release 2 more packages. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna wait until the full thing's out because
The
I
full
don't.
thing
I
is
have
out.
the
It's
full
called
game
Real
with the
Edition.
Windows Edition on PC.
I think they also mentioned that they're canceling Windows development from here on. I think.
Mm.
Yeah, they're also getting rid of mod support. They're not gonna introduce mods.
Aw.
I don't think the mods are doing that good.
Oh, to be fair, if we had mods, all we have is nude mods of Cindy
So,
and
Because of
Noctis.
course.
New
Because
mod.
of
no,
course.
fan service.
All right.
You thought Xenoblade 2 had lots of fan service. Oh, wait until you see Final Fantasy 15 mods.
All right. Is
But
there any other?
I think is that.
I don't really have much to say. Tanaba has pulled out of Final Fantasy 15's development pretty well, considering how much development hell it was with Nomura. So
Yeah. Nomura cannot.
I have a
cannot
lot of respect towards Tanaba, and since he's making a company of his own, I wish him the best of luck. He's
Yeah.
not. He's
Yep.
not gonna. I don't
Considering-
think he's looking to be hired by another company. I think he's gonna start up his own company, like Sakaguchi has with Mistwalker.
Miss
Yeah.
Walker.
Even though Miss Walker is kind of like they're doing a lot of they did a thing with Square Enix a couple of years ago, like a year ago or something like that. That was kind of interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, the
I
Final
think they're
Fantasy
just doing
15
mobile
Terror-
games now, aren't
Terror-
they?
Yeah, they're mostly doing mobile games, but there's like a crossover with like Final Fantasy 14, I think, or something, with one of the Miss Walker mobile game characters or something.
Interesting.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not something I'm particularly super knowledgeable about, but yeah, it's interesting and it's
Something,
yeah, it's definitely a it's just such a weird like.
So shall
I
we
remember-
get into the big
remem-
topic now?
Yeah. Are we ready for that?
I think
Wait,
we're
what are
ready
we
for it
gonna talk
because
about?
there's not much else to say about Final Fantasy 15. It sucks that the second wave of DLC is mostly getting canceled by a whopping 75%, but what's done is done, and I
Mhm.
think at this point Final Fantasy 15 is just better off without getting even more DLC than it already
Yeah.
has.
Well, a big
It's like-
problem with Square Enix is that they announce things too early.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, so like the 7 remake, and also like I think this is when they were still in like the idea stages when they announced those DLC packs.
Mhm.
So
Didn't
you
they
just,
announce? Oh,
They
sorry.
also
No, go for
officially
it, go.
announced. They also.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What
oh, I
did
was just gonna say, didn't they announce like Kingdom Hearts 3 like
In
way back?
2013.
Like,
They announced it.
yeah,
they,
like
they showed off
2013.
gameplay, 2013.
I mean that's nothing compared to Final Fantasy 15 because it was in development hell for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Versus
Nomura
That's a 13 spin-off. That's a 13.
Nomura cannot direct a game to save his life. I swear.
Yeah, he is just incredibly inefficient, unfortunately.
He's too ambitious and he doesn't have a good idea of how to plan.
Oh, you
Hold
bet
the
he's
mighty number
ambitious.
9.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Takahashi is also ambitious.
No.
Yeah,
although,
but he's-
at least he
he's
knows
learned
how
how-
to rein in his ambition.
He's learned how to plan over the years.
Yeah,
Even though
I mean,
there are
to
exceptions.
be fair, Takahashi is even worse than Nomura.
But at least he doesn't keep his games in development hell for 10 years.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like a
Anyway.
fine wine. must be
Isn't
perfected.
Nomura? I think Nomura's better off as like a monster designer than a character designer or a director.
Well, that's how he got his start, right? Like that.
Absolutely, with Final Fantasy 5 and
Obviously,
6.
the best Final Fantasy artist.
I think
is,
he's just better off as a monster
whatever
designer.
his name- Yeah. This monster.
Anyway, that's really all I have to say about Final Fantasy 15 and Tanaba.
And I thought we were gonna talk about World
I
of
got-
Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, World of Final Fantasy 15. World of Final
That
Fantasy
just
just came out.
at the time of this recording, this just launched like 2 days
And
ago, I
it's like-
believe.
How many gigabytes is it? Freaking.
I don't know. I need to get an SD card because I really want to play that game.
Yeah.
So I can get the Xenogears.
But no sword.
There's no Fae,
heard.
so
Yeah.
there's no pilot inside XG, so
It's just a mirage.
It's
I don't
just
even.
there.
I didn't even double check to see if XG is in the ultimate port or the maximum port, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it's a super boss. I doubt they'd get rid of it, but
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they'll get rid of it.
yeah, I've seen boss fights of it online. And it's like it looks hard, but it looks so satisfying because it uses Kishin against you.
Mhm.
That's the Xenogears the game. That's Xenogears' ultimate attack.
game.
It's his X death blow when you're in hyper mode.
Yeah,
Kishin. So.
Hmm.
Satisfying. All right.
just very satisfying.
Any other news we got?
I can't think of any right now.
Well, Microsoft announced stuff like
Yes.
Oh,
studio
yeah, I like-
acquisitions.
Acquisition.
Yeah, studio
Yeah,
acquisitions.
Microsoft did like I didn't watch it, but Microsoft did like an event and like they acquired a bunch of studios. Some of them were like kind of floundering, so it's kind of cool that Microsoft came in and saved them. But
Mhm.
we haven't. How much did we actually say anything like concrete game wise?
No, we have nothing announced in terms of games. Honestly,
We got
the
keyboard
event was more of
support.
advertising for Xbox Game Pass than
Yeah.
anything else, really. They acquired In Exile and Obsidian. I don't know much
NX?
about In Exile, but Obsidian is responsible for recently the Pillars of Eternity games, which are like isometric RPGs, and they're also responsible for Fallout New Vegas, which is widely considered on Reddit
Vegas.
one of the best Fallout games to be made.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
never-
cool
Because
for them.
anything can happen in Vegas.
I guess it's a little disappointing because Microsoft's E3 presentation was extremely well done.
Yes.
Like I was shocked how good it was.
Better than Sony.
Phil Spencer really knows I
Sony
have a
had
lot
that
of
guy
respect
with
for
the
Phil
flute.
Spencer. I think Phil Spencer is like the right person at Microsoft right
Mhm.
now. He's making all the
Yeah.
right decisions, and I think next generation
He
is going to
actually
be
cares about, like-
extremely interesting because I think
He cares about, like,
Microsoft
the
and Nintendo are
RPGs
starting
too.
off strong, and Sony is in this sort of arrogant phase, like with the PS3. Like Sony
Mhm.
right now is like censoring a lot of games.
Yeah, Sony's been kind of Sony's been kind of arrogant recently. It's not saying like they're like it's kind of deserved because they have a lot of really good games, but
Yeah.
and they are the best selling console of this generation.
But next
But,
generation is a reset button.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's
matter
true.
because
Yeah.
look at Microsoft and
PS5.
Nintendo, and even
Yeah.
Sony itself fell from grace.
Yeah, Nintendo already got like a jump start on it, so
Yeah.
hmm
They're
But
catching
that's
up.
really all I have to say about Inside Xbox
Uh,
because it's not really that
'cause-
interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And the
interesting.
games are coming out next year, like.
Yeah, like this felt a lot of this year felt like it was just preparation for what's coming in the coming years for Xbox, right? Like
We
they-
effectively ditched this generation. They're prepared for
Yeah.
the next generation, so they're planning long term, which is good.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
that's
Microsoft. That's Bethesda.
it's gonna be everywhere.
Fortnite 2.
Well, Elder Scrolls used to be on Xbox, like.
Well, it's on everything.
Oblivion was on. Yeah.
It's on everything. So it's just
Yeah,
that on PS3, Bethesda games were awful. But anyway, let's
Oh,
move
yeah.
on to Smash Bros. Right?
Yeah,
The big news, isn't it?
yeah. So the big topic we're discussing today is of course, everyone's talking about it. The Super Smash Brothers Ultimate that's
I
coming
did
out
a
soon.
video of it.
Yeah.
We did a reaction video of that. The final game, the final direct for the game just came out in the last few weeks, and
Send it over.
oh boy, there's a lot to talk about. So
I'm hyped.
a lot of this
Pretty much their plans for the entire next, like when the game releases and then in the future what's gonna happen and stuff like that. So
Do
yeah.
we want to talk about the game in general, or do we want to talk about the direct?
That's what we're.
Maybe just talk about the direct
uh,
since
Direct.
the direct first because that's more
Good.
recent.
most
Yeah,
people know what the
they're
game
announcing-
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the direct happened. Characters announced like Ken from Street Fighter as an echo for Ryu.
Yeah.
We had Incineroar as the Pokemon representative. For,
Deconfirmed the Grinch leak.
Absolutely.
that-
I'm so
that
glad
thing.
that is wrong.
yeah, there actually haven't been too many major leaks, like major leaks for this particular game. I know there are some really bad ones for Smash 4. Like I
The
remember
ESRB leak.
Ryu and Roy got heavily basically got confirmed like 2 weeks before they were announced, and then
Yeah.
there was the ESRB leak, of course.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that this game didn't have any leaks. That like I knew that there are some leaks, but none of them were taken.
None of them are none of them were like
They weren't taken
there's like a big
seriously.
following behind some of them,
Yeah.
but like none of them
Yeah.
were like completely
Yeah, the-
confirmed set in stone.
the big ones. The big ones were all wrong, and the small ones that were correct, no one noticed.
Yeah, it passed
No,
over
they
everyone's head.
noticed is that they just call it fake.
Yeah.
Because
that the great
remember,
thing
the
about-
truth doesn't need to make sense, but lies need to make sense.
I think that the great thing about this Smash game is it's just so unpredictable, so it's really hard to tell what leaks are true and what leaks are fake.
And
Yeah.
No
it's
one
it's only
predicted
gonna
Piranha Plant.
it's only going to continue because the DLC is chosen by Nintendo, not Sakurai. Nintendo is getting the final say on.
People
well,
said he would have picked a freaking like 3 houses, right?
Yeah, Nintendo. Nintendo's getting Nintendo is choosing. So
Yeah.
all Sakurai has no creative freedom. Well, he has some, but like in terms of like the selection, he doesn't really get. He's not getting the freedom to choose those.
From
And,
what sorry.
so so Nintendo is very much, and as we know, Nintendo kind of marches
Like,
to the
we got
beat
this.
of its own drum. So
Yep.
Yeah.
we're gonna get some very interesting characters.
For
From
better
what,
or worse.
from what he
Oh.
tweeted, by the way he said it, it sounded a lot like Nintendo gave him like a selection to choose from, and he picked the ones that he thought best suited.
Yeah, and
The-
Sakurai
the
still
way-
has
the-
some veto power.
It looks like he has like somewhat of a say, but just
So
like
the
half
way-
of a say.
The way
doesn't-
the way I interpret it, it was Nintendo gives him a character that they think would be cool, and Sakurai says if it's possible to turn into a Smash character.
Yeah.
Well, he can
They
turn
probably gave
anything
him, like,
into
a
a Smash
selection.
character at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But he-
with,
if
a,
he
with
thinks-
a plant.
if he
Fine.
thinks
Inclusion.
but if he thinks if it's like reasonable.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Dragon Quest slime.
I mean, he thought a
Nintendo
plant. I mean, the plant, like brown plant.
Piranha
I mean,
Plant is
imagine-
amazing.
Perfect.
I'm
I know.
actually
I'm
excited
hyped.
for that because it's not even part of the main 5 because we know that
it's a freebie.
Yeah, it's just
yeah
its own.
so I love the pack advertises we're getting 5 DLC characters. I believe we're just actually getting 6 total because the Piranha Plant is like a freebie.
Yeah, so we're
Right.
getting
Yeah.
a total of
Yeah,
80
yeah.
characters.
It's fooding up for what's to come.
But the Piranha Plant you only can get if you pre-order it between now
My
and
Nintendo.
January 31st.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. It just looks like such a fun, wacky
Yeah,
character.
it
Yeah,
is.
like people are complaining, but like, did anyone ask for Ness? Did anyone ask for Captain Full? I'm sure a lot of
No
people
one
asked
asked for a
Captain
Game &
Yeah.
Watch. No one asked
What
for
about like Ice
Climbers.
Climbers, the one that people wanted back? Did anyone ever ask for those?
No, because Ice
Or,
Climbers is a terrible game on E NES.
Yeah, did anyone ask for? Yeah, did anyone ask for Ice Climbers? Did anyone ask for a freaking
Yoshi.
No,
Yoshi.
Yoshi's liked. People like Yoshi because
Yeah,
of
I
Super
know.
Mario World and Super Mario World 2. Those two are
True.
amazing games.
Do not diss.
Did
my
anyone
boy
ask for?
Yoshi.
Did anyone ask for Marth and Roy in
No one
Melee
did.
because Fire Emblem wasn't even existing at that point?
Yeah. In fact, if you really want the most out there cast of characters, Melee has the most out of all of them.
Yeah, Young
Yeah,
Link.
Who asked for
Pichu, Young
Pichu?
Link. Yeah, Pichu.
Yeah, Melee is like a
The
lot of
first
people.
appearance of Ice Climbers. Yeah.
I think the reason why Piranha Plant's so divisive is because it's a split of people who understand that Smash is about weird, wacky characters fighting each other, and then there's people who just desire the same love and representation that the Fire Emblem series has gotten. Which,
Yes.
I mean,
Not
Fire Emblem is just
entirely not entirely like
Awesome
a
fighting.
unwarranted feeling, but then again, I think it's cool that it's
Yeah.
cool that Piranha Plant is still in the game because it's like this is so. It's like yeah, that's a joke.
he looks so interesting to play too. Like, oh,
I
Duck
know.
Hunt. That's another one. Who asked for
Yeah.
Duck Hunt?
Wii Fit Trainer.
Derek from Game Explain
We-
asked for him.
Wii Fit Trainer. Yeah.
Like, who asked for Wii Fit Trainer?
No one did.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like this is a bad thing. I'm happy all these characters in.
I know,
But
it's-
people understand. People have to understand these weird
It's just a
characters is what
joke.
makes Smash Brothers Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I think another thing too is that I feel like this was a bit of like a last minute fighter. Like Nintendo was like, "Hey, we know that people are already gonna buy this game, but can you give them like a real pre-order bonus to get the game right away?" And like the thing about Piranha Plant is it does use certain moves that other fighters use, so I don't think it was like a super tricky character to develop.
Yeah.
Well,
So I
they said
feel
that
like
they were. It's been in development for a few months at this point. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like not completely out yet. It's like gonna come out eventually. Or
yeah.
is it coming out? No, you don't get it on release, but you get it eventually.
Yeah.
I think. I'm
Yeah.
not about it, but yeah.
I think they said like February was when it was gonna come out or something.
Yeah,
It's gonna
probably.
be fun when a majority of people like forget about it because they're so into the game, and one day they just update their game and that thing, not the thing, the plant shows up on like the
What up?
character split screen and you unlock it.
Isn't it coming
or
like
whatever?
February? I think it's gonna come.
Yeah, February probably.
Yeah, I think it was February. That makes most sense to me, anyways, because that's when the
They released a lot of DLC characters in February, so I would not be surprised.
So
Mm.
speaking of DLC characters, how did they do like in Smash 4? So how did they announce like Lucas and Bayonetta? Did they announce them all at once, or did they announce
No,
them
okay,
like separately?
Oh yeah, so
I wasn't really around
So
when
you
they
weren't-
did
okay,
that, announced that.
so Mewtwo
That
was
bit
Mewtwo's
bad.
announced at the Wii U. It was so there was like a direct
What?
thing where they were explaining the difference between the Wii U version.
it was
and-
the 50
50
fact
fact
extravaganza.
extravaganza.
it was the difference. Yeah, it was the difference between the Wii and the 3DS stuff. And at the very end, they announced Mewtwo is going to come to the game, and it's going to be a Club Nintendo kind of exclusive character where you can, if you buy both
Nintendo.
versions of the game,
Ugh.
you can redeem it for Club Nintendo stuff, and also like a CD thing, which I actually own because I did that.
I have the CDs too.
Yeah, I got
I
Club
still need
Nintendo.
to buy the CDs.
Yeah.
So,
I got,
so, do you guys think that like are they gonna announce all the characters at once for Ultimate, or are they gonna just like
Nah,
announce
they're
them
gonna
separately?
piecemeal it. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna
Yeah,
piecemeal
because
it.
so they announced Mewtwo before
I
the game
agree.
came out, so it's kind of like almost like a repeat of Piranha Plant. They just Mewtwo was a character that they added, and then the next direct was like in March or something. The very first thing that they show Mewtwo and show him in action, and then they show Lucas as the next character, and then after
Oh,
that
cool.
they announced Fighter Ballot. Then we have a little bit of time to wait, and then during the summer we had Roy and Ryu announced, And then we had a little bit
Wait.
Yeah. Then we had a little bit more time to wait. And then I think it was in September of that year. At the very end, that was when Cloud was
No, that
announced,
was
and that
November.
was
That was
The
November.
best one. The best.
Yeah. Cloud is probably Cloud was like I was watching that direct like late at night, and because
I thought it was
didn't
like
watch it live.
Pikmin 4, like the space.
I saw Final. I saw Final Fantasy. And
I heard the opening, the bombing mission music, and I was like, this is Final Fantasy 7. Is this really Smash Bros?
Yeah. I saw the Final Fantasy logo, and I wanted to scream
Yes.
so badly, but I couldn't because my parents were sleeping. So I just cried a
I
single
don't think I
tear.
screamed at first, but then
Yeah, and then December was they had a one last DLC announcement
One
where they
last.
announced Corrin and they announced Bayonetta, and Bayonetta was the fighter battle winner. So
Well,
Oh, cool.
I think some people said that she actually wasn't, but
that's the one they chose.
yeah,
Because
that's the
they
one
also said
chose.
they had to choose between for feasible fighters as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Goku.
Yeah, that
So-
was the one thing I remember watching. That is like they said like she was like in the top 3 in Europe, top 5 in America, and based #1 worldwide. Subtext of feasible characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think the same thing.
Shrek
I think.
fans.
Sans Undertale.
I think the same thing is gonna happen with Ultimate. I think they're probably like next year they'll probably like announce the first or couple characters, maybe one or two, in like a spring direct or something like that.
Sakurai
And
did
then-
mention mention that it would take about a year. He expected it to be a whole another year before they're
All
all
the way
released.
through February
Oh, yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't mind as long as like they announce at least like. So I'm guessing they'll announce like one or so like throughout the year, like one
Wow.
every couple months or I don't know, something like that. But it's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Who do you guys want to see from DLC? I mean, who do you think would be reasonable for DLC? Let me make that clear. Like, what do you think?
Reasonable.
Would...
Should we go one at a time?
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
go on that.
Let's go one character per person, and then we do a rotation.
Mm.
Who wants to
Okay,
Who wants
Sure.
to go first?
Okay.
Who wants to go
Um,
first?
Yeah,
Arden go.
Glenn.
Arden go.
Who do you want?
Oh, me. Okay, so I have hope for Rex. Honestly.
We all
Yes.
do. Let's actually try no repeats. Let's make that a rule. No repeats.
Yeah, no repeats.
No
so
repeats.
if
Sounds
someone
good.
says something that you got to think of a different character.
Yeah.
Okay. So Arden wants Rex.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Brandon.
Uh,
Let's do an alphabetical order according to the
I just
Discord
want-
call. So Brandon.
I just want a new Square Enix character.
Yeah.
Preferably another Final Fantasy, like Noctis.
I know you've been really wanting Noctis
Yeah.
for a while.
I even made a thing of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It'll just be awesome because,
Mhm.
like that's the one series that doesn't have like that much representation. It's only yeah.
It's almost cruel how
Yeah.
like Iron Barred Square Enix is with Cloud. Like it feels like Cloud was just like barely squeaked it in. Where it's like, fine, we did it before, we'll do it again. But you only get exactly what you got last time. You're getting nothing more compared to something like Street Fighter, which you're getting almost all the songs from Street Fighter 2, including Guile's theme and
Almost
stuff like
all.
that. I'm just
Also,
like,
Mega Man and Castlevania were actually considered very popular choices for the composers. Like the composers wanted to make those songs.
Yes, that's why. That's also why I want Noctis the freaking music.
yeah.
If
Get more
you're gonna
me-
get Noctis as a character, you're not gonna get remixes. Because Square Enix is just like that.
Yeah, Square is a mess. Anyway, Brian, go.
I want Crash Bandicoot in the game. He's the last remaining mascot that would really make Smash Bros. Come full circle. We've already broke boundary with Cloud, Bayonetta. Why not? Let's say we break another boundary with Crash.
But you could also say Banjo-Kazooie in that same vein.
Yeah.
Well, Banjo is still has roots in Nintendo, but I would say Crash is also considered more Sony, and just having that would make Smash Bros. Even more of a celebration of gaming. I would feel
Who owns the rights to Crash at this point?
Activision.
Activision.
Okay. Like the thing is that like you could also say that Cloud is a Sony
It's a
character as
Sony-
well. I mean, like that's not so much anymore because
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII's coming next year to Switch. But
Yeah. And you can also
Mhm.
argue the same for Crash because Insane Trilogy is already out on PC, Xbox, and
True.
Switch.
yeah, that's true. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, my point is, I'm saying that like maybe like I'm not like Banjo-Kazooie is not my choice. I would be fine or not fine either
Yeah,
way. I don't really mind I don't really mind either way. But I'm just saying like it'd be nice like to get some kind of like representation of like from the Microsoft side. Also like to get more like a Western kind of
Mhm.
representation.
Yeah,
you know?
because
Mhm.
that's a good point because a lot of almost everything of Smash is Eastern stuff. The only
Which
two
I
characters
don't
mind
don't
it either,
mind.
but because I think Japanese games are just much better than Western
Yeah.
games. But
Yeah, I think there are a couple key Western games that characters that would fit into that vein.
yeah.
Only a
And
few,
I
yeah.
also think that well, actually, I'm not think. There's only two Western characters at the moment: King K. Rool and Dark Samus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because those were developed by Retro and Rare respectively. So.
You mean the other way?
Oh no,
around.
other way around. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, not respectively, but reverse respectively, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want Crash in the game. He'll be a lot different from a lot of other fighters. His spin attack would work a lot differently than others.
Akumba.
And I think that he also has a bit of a potential for a moveset. So
Yeah.
I think he'll be
Um,
awesome.
I think this character wouldn't make an appearance until like the very last.
The
Like
very
he'd
last.
probably be the last character that they announce, right? But I really just want a Shin Megami Tensei character. I think
Yeah.
like some form of Atlas
Yeah.
representation is the last kind of major Japanese development studio that you really need.
That would be good. Yeah.
Because we have like Konami, we have Capcom, we have Nintendo, obviously, we have Square Enix, we have
Monolith Soft.
we have Sega, we
Sega.
have
Yeah.
Konami, surprisingly.
yeah, we have all kinds of stuff. And Megami Tensei is one of the oldest video game franchises is in existence. It's been around since 1987, I
People
I
think.
say,
forgot to start
yeah.
on Nintendo.
It was like
Yeah, no,
the thing
Nintendo-
that inspired Pokemon.
yeah. Like, with the exception of Shin Megami Tensei 3, the entire series has been like the main series has been exclusively on Nintendo.
Mhm.
The main series, not there's a lot of spin-offs on other consoles, but the
Like
main series has
Persona.
been. Yeah, well, yeah, but the main series has been exclusively on Nintendo. Megaten 1-2, SMT 1-2, if 4 for Apocalypse, and 5 are all Nintendo exclusive.
Mm.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, Flynn.
yeah, so I think Flynn from 4 would be cool, but I think like the reason why I'm saying this would be the last one is because I think I think Atlas is getting prepared to announce news on the SMT5.
Yeah.
And I think if they're going to do that, then they'd have to like that'd be the last one released, right? Because it'd be like promotional material for the new game, and also just because the game needs a lot of work because Atlas takes a while to make their games.
Kind of like Square Enix in that they announced SMT Cross Fire Emblem in
Oh, yeah.
2013. Didn't come out until 2016.
In 2015, I think.
Yeah.
No,
They
16 out in the West.
That was in
15,
Japan. Okay,
I
yeah.
think it might be 15 in Japan. No, I think it was still 16 in Japan.
And then they announced SMT5 in 2017, and it's I would not expect it to come out until
Presentation.
2019 or 2020.
So yeah,
Persona
Evan's
5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to interrupt anyone. I wanted to make sure everyone was
Yeah.
done.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well,
what's,
then-
what's
Oh,
your
okay.
choice?
So my main choice, I have like 2 or 3, but my main one is Bandana Waddle Dee.
Oh,
Mainly because I'm like a big fan of Smash characters. Like I have nothing against swordsmen and stuff, but I feel like there's like enough of that in Smash. Like I like
Yeah.
Smash characters that play differently, and when I see
Yeah.
that, it just makes me really happy. Like I didn't
Different
watch King K. Rool, but then when I saw gameplay, I'm like, okay, that's so cool. Like Ridley.
Like
So
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
So like to just have like a character that like wields a spear, and just because like you could take so much inspiration from like Dreamland and all of Bandana Waddle Dee's appearances, it would be like so cool.
A spear fighter would be very interesting.
We don't have
And-
much spear fighters, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that I
We
think
have
that
him as
another
assist
like main
trophies, but not
reason
actually.
is I feel like that's like the only piece missing from like the Kirby roster of characters. Like I feel like once Bandana Waddle Dee's added, like that's pretty much it.
That's
I
the
don't think we
complete-
need
yeah.
anyone else.
Well, the thing with the Kirby characters is that Sakurai has always been very hesitant to add them because he feels like he's giving too much favoritism. I mean, maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that because World of Light is a thing, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess the entirety of Smash story, the Smash storyline is indulgent to Sakurai himself, but whatever. But when it comes to like actual playable characters, he's very hesitant. Like DDD was actually I think planned for Melee, but he didn't want it in because he didn't want to put overrepresentation
Nope.
of his own series.
Yeah.
Um,
And he did it in Brawl, and then
all right,
and
I'm
also
gonna-
Kid Icarus.
I'm gonna give everyone one more character, but you have to
One more
lightning.
character.
Let's do lightning round. One character, one sentence why they should be in.
Okay.
Starting with Arden again.
Okay. Actually, don't. I guess any form of Xenoblade, maybe like 1, 2, or X representation. Just like, I wouldn't mind anyone.
Yeah.
I think Alice would be cool.
No.
That would be
Yeah. I wanted a villain. Yeah, villain sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting more villains
Alice or Jin, maybe that'd be awesome.
Jin would be interesting.
Yeah. So. those
Especially
are my-
since Jin is kind of like also a hero. So
Oh, yeah. Even like Cosmos. Like. No,
you got
I know you
that,
kinda-
that was mine.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I'll talk about that.
Cosmos
You
would
can
be
go
an
in
amazing
depth.
roster.
Yeah. You can go Brendan.
B?
No,
Brendan.
Brendan.
Oh, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon.
No. I was doing
You're cutting out.
connections messing up.
Okay. Yeah, your
Yeah.
connection.
You can
is
go
bad.
ahead, Brian.
All right.
I
I don't have. I'm drawing a blank. Someone else can go right now.
Well, I said it, but I want Cosmos really badly.
Yeah.
I think she would be I think her moveset would be super diverse because
Yeah.
of Cosmos is, at least from what I've
She has
seen,
a
mostly.
big cannon.
Yeah, she's mostly a ranged fighter. Actually, she'd
Yeah.
be
They
kind of.
don't have a
she'd be
lot of
sim-
range fighters in Smash.
Yeah, she'd be similar to how Mega Man plays a little bit. Actually, I can imagine,
Yeah.
except slightly more dynamic.
Mhm.
But I can imagine like all her A moves being like her directional A moves being very
Like
physical,
the
but
blade combo.
her yeah, but her like all her B moves are like ranged or stuff like that. Like I think X Buster would be a really cool attack.
Get it? X Buster. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kobe, Evan, go.
Okay, mine would be Gino from Super
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Mario RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really played the game before, but just seeing Gino, especially like from
That's
like
the
his
big
fighter
Square
costume
Enix.
and stuff,
Yeah.
he definitely seems like someone that would just play well, and I know that's one of the huge like fan requested characters. So that would
Even
be...
Sakurai wanted him.
Yeah, even Sakurai wanted him in like Brawl, so that would be mine.
The closest thing that we got was the Mii character
Yeah.
in Smash 4, which I guess was the best we could do. I mean, Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a
I
blank.
feel
I'm
like-
drawing a blank still.
I feel like Square Enix is just holding that above Nintendo at this point because they don't want to
They
give
want-
them this. They
get
want
the
to hold on
character.
they want to hold on to Super Mario RPG rights for as
Yeah.
long as they can, right?
For
So-
a potential remake.
Do we have any other?
Okay, I can
Ideas?
say mine now.
I mean,
Okay,
we can say like a wacky one.
A wacky one. I think my
Yeah,
one's
that's
a
it.
little wacky, but
If you want it like one, put in Slippy Toad.
yeah. Everyone's on his tail.
Help
Who do you want,
me.
Brandon?
So I was gonna say Captain Toad.
Captain Toad.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
How would he jump?
I'm pretty sure. So I saw someone idea saying there can be stuff in his backpack. When there's like nothing in his backpack, then he can jump. But like when there's more stuff in his backpack, then he can't.
He could be like similar to Little Mac and how he's
Yeah.
like a monster on the ground but has terrible air game.
Oh yeah,
So you
And
mean
yeah,
he
that-
has the worst jumps in the game?
basically.
Uh,
And you can throw turnips and stuff.
But he's a monster on the ground.
He's
I'm
a-
actually-
yeah.
that'd be interesting actually. I'd be okay with that.
I also want it because Toadette. That's That's my waifu.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, you got one more?
I'm still drawing a blank because I'm
Uh.
pretty much content, and everyone else is like either really out there or not really that. I don't know, but I guess if push comes to shove, I want something from Custom Robo or Chibi Robo.
Yeah, Chibi Robo would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's me costume.
Me costumes don't automatically deconfirm
Yeah,
characters like
like
Link and
Rex.
Samus have me costumes. Also, spirits don't
and
also.
Grom.
Yeah,
My,
and
my
Miho-
idea for
and
oh,
Daisy,
I'm sorry.
spirits also don't deconfirm because Daisy's a spirit.
So Shantae.
Yeah.
Shantae has a chance, but I wouldn't keep your hopes up.
They
Because-
also, like,
I don't know.
don't worry about it. Just keep talking.
I was just thinking about Shantae because Way Forward was talking about like let's get Shantae in, guys. That was before Nintendo announced they were gonna pick. I mean, not Nintendo. Sakurai was gonna.
Yeah.
Sakurai was gonna choose what Nintendo picked for him. So.
My idea for a wacky character, if I had to pick like one, just because I think it would be hilarious, and because I love Animal Crossing, I think it would be like mad funny if they got KK Slider in it and you like beat people up with a guitar.
So he's no longer like he was an assist trophy on Brawl, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
he
don't
was just in the stage.
Yeah, I think it was just in the stage, but
He was just a stage.
I could just see that being such a
His
fun
final
wacky
smash
fight.
would be-
in Melee and Brawl, he was a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His final smash would be Totaka song.
Mm.
Or the-
yeah, I can just see it. I can just see that being like just like a really wacky, fun character. Like, I mean, I'm really glad that we got Isabelle in the game because that was like my highly requested fighter
Yeah.
ever for like a pretty good amount of time since after
the most
Ultimate.
popular
Ultimate.
Animal Crossing character right now.
Yeah,
Even more than
so
Tom Nook.
yeah, so I'm really happy about that.
Mhm. That's
So,
Yeah.
so what else should we talk about? Should we talk about the spirits mode and how we think about that?
Yeah, World of Light.
Well,
yeah, let's talk. Yeah,
yeah,
let's
we
talk a
can
little
do-
about. Yeah,
Spirits.
We can
so
do spirits then World of Light because they kind of
Yeah,
tie
they're
in
kind
together.
of. Oh yeah, Spirit. Sorry.
my first thing. Oh my god, me costumes are actually useful.
Yep.
Like,
Mm.
okay, so they can use the spirits mode to, like, in theory, they could add a bunch of me costumes. They could add a bunch of me costumes from different series. Like, they could do another Geno thing, and you could fight them, and they'd be like custom to make sure like it'd be the best thing you could have with that. I think spirits is a good way to like reconcile the fact that we're not getting a lot of the characters that we want. So, like, I like how Pyra is just a red Lucina, which pop with probable fire effects.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, Shantae.
Clearly,
is
it's
Zero
Photoshop.
Samus.
Little.
And I like how Zeke is Cloud. That's just brilliant.
little.
Yes.
That is brilliant.
Also,
Zeke.
yeah, Shantae is
No
Zero
one can stop the
Samus.
Zeke and
Hello?
Nita.
Oh,
Hello.
sorry, I thought it was DC for a bit, but
Oh.
yeah, like I said, Shantae is Zero Samus with the orange jumpsuit from Zero Mission, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really clever what they're doing. Like, it's almost like it's the event mode taken to the logical extreme, right?
Event
Yeah.
mode mixed in with stickers.
Sticker
Yeah.
star.
How do you guys feel about it, like replacing trophies?
I'm perfectly okay with it.
They're giving
As
them
long,
more.
as
roles,
long as
so-
they have descriptions like the trophies did, I'm fine with it because 3D models are nice, but PNGs are fine enough too.
You know, in 3DS Smash Brothers, I have every trophy in that game except the ones that you get through completing challenges.
Yeah.
Nice.
It bothers me. I think I'm okay with this.
Well, I
Something
mean,
will-
you're still not. Well, some challenges in Ultimate, I presume, are still going to unlock new stickers, or should
Yeah,
I
but-
say spirits.
But then, like, but like the other spirits that you already have. Like, honestly, I don't really care too much about the trophies. I just want to collect them to say I have them.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Trophies themselves are like
Can you hear us?
I'm back. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Arden had technical issues, but we're okay.
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
okay right now.
Yeah.
So but for spirits wise, yeah, I'm fine with them replacing trophies.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because if it means less development time needed for trophies and more time on adding cool things with spirits, then I am perfectly okay with the axing trophies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally like a little bit bummed about it because I was just really expecting trophies, but by the same time, you really just like look at them for 5 seconds, maybe read like some of their descriptions, and are like, okay, that's cool, and then like
Oh,
you just
just
go to
there,
read,
Yeah.
But at the same
and
time,
like,
it kind of makes amiibo a little bit awkward because
Amiibo.
one of my
it
favorite
does.
one of my favorite things about the amiibo is that
Amiibo
they
are the
look,
new trophies.
yeah, they look no they look, they're the trophy, they're literally the trophy pros of all the fighters from Smash 4.
Mhm.
And I think that's super cool. I like that idea of like bringing a little bit more tangible, because I don't actually play with my amiibo, I just collect them. Like I collect the trophies
Yeah.
in the game. I like collecting amiibo because they look nice and they're like tangible. Like I have all my mains, I have Cloud, I have Shulk, I have Lucas, I have Ness, I have all
Yeah.
kinds of characters in amiibo form. It feels a little bit more awkward because this is like one of the only actual times of bringing trophies into the game as like collectible. Like that's the only thing. Amiibo is like the only collectible wise for like trophy wise. It's
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah.
But I do
It's
like how they
kinda-
have like little like spirits and stuff of the
Mm.
characters.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though, because I think if you go back to when Ultimate was first announced and they show someone tapping an amiibo, on like the Wii U and 3DS, when you tapped an amiibo, it would show them as a trophy, and then it would
Yeah.
show them moving around. But like when they first showed them tapping an amiibo, it didn't show a trophy.
Wow.
So
Oh.
I guess that's just some like major foreshadowing.
Hey, that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do. One of my favorite things about it is I like the fact that they made Springman an assist trophy and Ribbon Girl
Yeah.
a Mii costume, because you know that they're going to make that a spirit battle. You just know, and
Oh, yeah.
because they need a fighter to like represent it.
Mhm.
Yep.
They need a fighter to like actually like make the mode work, so they couldn't put both characters as assist trophies. So if they have one of each, then it works perfectly.
Yeah, like it's gonna be cool to have like little spirit battles like with like maybe like a Rex Mii fighter with Pyra
Oh.
Spirit,
Yeah,
and then like
I'm almost certain that's gonna happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be a lot of fun to sell spirit battles and stuff.
Also,
Yeah.
let's see, they also have a Nia Mii costume, which is cool.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
only now that I think about the only
But
main
no
party member,
tomorrow.
the only main party member from XC2 that they haven't shown is Morag. I think there's gonna be a Morag
Morag.
character.
I think
Morag as a
actually,
fighter would be
actually, I'm calling it right now. I think Morag actually has a strong chance of making it as DLC later.
Yeah.
Wanna know
I
why?
do-
Because
Why?
Morag's English voice actor mentioned something about more Morag related work.
Oh.
That's
well,
true.
Like how Adam. Like yeah.
I don't know if that's
Adam
gonna.
Howden
I don't know if
said
it needs Xenoblade 2 characters in Smash as DLC, but I have a
Oh.
feeling that
It's something
we
like
won't be seeing the last of Morag in Xenoblade 2.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be cool though. Like I could see that actually happening.
So another thing I was gonna say is how do you guys feel about them? Like I feel like they really fixed classic mode because
I didn't
My
have
main
a problem with
problem with
classic mode in
classic
Wii
mode,
U.
They fixed the single player content in general. Yeah.
yeah, because my main
people
problem
keep
with
saying
the
that-
one on the Wii U is that I hated of how like I love it of where in past games of how when you were done fighting someone it just moved you on to the next
Yeah.
fight and then that was it. Whereas on the Wii U you had to move your like little trophy piece and then
Yeah, there's an easy, medium, and hard on the 3DS, and then like the clusters.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Wii U.
I didn't
Yeah.
mind it. I didn't mind it either.
I
And-
minded the clusters a little bit just because 8 players is just too much sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I guess so, but
Wii U the Wii U single player kind of used 8 player very liberally. I noticed.
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Master Orders and Crazy Orders, I think, also did the same.
Mhm.
Another thing I
but
really-
people also talk badly on Master Core and Master Fortress, which I called them
Those
dumb
are good.
because those two are amazing. I love
I
Master
like
Core
I like Master Core a lot. I think that was good.
and
Yeah,
Master
that was
Fortress.
really
I
good.
wish Master Fortress was longer.
Yeah.
I'm really I'm really looking forward to like one of the big problems I also had with classic mode on the Wii U and 3DS is how when you die the difficulty would bump down by
Oh,
0.5.
bump down, yeah.
That was the case in Kid Icarus
frustrating.
version too,
Oh
and that
god,
was
I hated that. That's a
Yeah.
Kid Icarus thing.
But now if you like win like a battle or whatever in like
It doesn't.
classic mode and
change.
ultimate, it goes up,
It
which
goes
is like
up.
way more better.
That sounds.
It's punishing you.
Yeah. So like that I'm really happy that they fixed classic mode of where it's faster, it makes
Giving you
like
balance.
more sense, and every single character has their own version of it. And I think also on like the gameplay screen, it also showed of how you can have two people play it. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. I kind of wonder. The great thing I love about the Smash game is it does so much stuff that like you never really thought that you wanted, but then the moment they did that, the moment that they add it, it's like, oh, how come they haven't always had this? It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Nintendo beating to their own drum is a good thing and that's why
Yeah.
it works, for
Yeah.
better or worse.
That's what makes this
Sometimes,
so
sometimes
successful.
they just
Games should
release-
follow.
they
Games
just,
should follow Nintendo's standard, not Soul Calibur 6's standard.
which is what, removing stuff and putting it as DLC.
There's like not Soul Calibur. I think Soul Calibur is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking Arc System Works specifically is what I'm actually thinking.
Oh,
Different fighting games.
Yeah, yeah, like half the roster is locked behind DLC, I believe, in
Yeah.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah.
Unfortunate,
Yeah.
but
Anyway, what do we think about the ultimate aspect? The fact that every single character.
Literally ultimate, yeah.
Yeah. So it on paper it sounds like a great thing, but do you guys think the effort was worth it?
yes,
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely. I feel like that's been like a deep dream within a lot of people who love Smash, of where getting
but
characters cut is always like a bittersweet thing, because like, oh, I can see why they did it to add like new or different ones, or because
But-
of rights or whatever.
this has a
But
cost.
to just have everyone be here is just like such a feat. I never would have imagined it.
But there is a
ever.
cost. There is a cost to having it. It means future Smash games are going to be very different from Ultimate.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Sakurai actually
Definitely.
mentioned that he would not for future if he directed future Smash games, which he probably will. He will not do this again.
No, not.
Yeah.
He will not put every single character in the game again. He
I like
said
how-
this.
It's like I remember me and my friend before like Ultimate came out and stuff like that. We were like wondering like he like plays Corns. He's like, I wonder if Corn's gonna be in it. And then when they show like everyone's here, it's like everyone's fighter from every past game. He's like, oh man, I loved playing as this person in this game.
I mean,
Yeah.
like
I'm glad they're
ever,
back, so.
like
Yeah.
we were all excited for like characters like Shulk making it back, Snake and stuff
Cloud.
like that. But
I
honestly,
was
like
so excited for Snake.
Villager.
honestly, like some of the I just feel like some of the melee cast didn't need to come back. I feel like if they brought the entirety of Brawl and Wii U's back and they added like 2 more new characters, I think everyone would have just been fine.
Yeah, I think that the main reason they did that is just to say everyone is here, because then otherwise it'd be like, oh no, everyone isn't here. You know.
Yeah, it's like if they're gonna go through the effort, they might as well, because like they had to cut a bunch of characters from Brawl to get to Wii U, because probably
Ice
Konami.
Climbers.
Yeah, Ice Climbers because it didn't work on the 3DS. Konami, Snake because most likely licensing with Konami.
Oh no.
Lucas,
Kojima even.
yeah,
Wolf
Uh.
is so weird though. He's very different from Fox and Falco.
he didn't have a reason to be cut really.
Nah, he didn't.
Yeah,
Which
feel
is
like
why
with-
I was so sad when Smash 4 cut him, because he was my main in Brawl, and I think he's be one of my mains in Ultimate.
Yeah.
I feel like with future Smash
Okay, there's
titles,
amiibo too.
we're at least gonna get like the Nintendo characters. Maybe I feel like it's possible to get all the Nintendo characters back just because rights wise, that's pretty easy. I also feel like Sonic and like Pac-Man. I feel like those two, and probably like Mega Man. I feel like all those 3 are kind of easy to get. I don't know if I could speak the same for like Cloud and Snake, because
Yeah.
I know that Konami is kind of weird, and I know that Square Enix is like very protective of the rights and stuff. So it'll be very interesting, but I'm just trying to like enjoy like the moment of what Smash game we have now, than like worrying about the future of the franchise. Because
Yeah,
at least we'll always have like this game to go back to. Like if people can still
That is-
play Melee nowadays and have fun, we could do the same with Ultimate.
that
Yeah.
is
You know.
true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. The game plays a lot faster than Wii U ever was, just because we actually wanted to be faster, but 3DS had to restrict it because they had to make it exactly the same. But the fact that
Yeah.
this is going to be a faster metagame, this is going to be a lot of fun. I can already tell.
And more competitive, like it's kind
Yeah,
of
but
like focus on competitive play in a way.
Yeah, but still not as
Yeah.
much as Melee.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Which is what I want because I
Yeah,
love
still
Smash 4.
they're still catering to competitive because the thing about Melee is that it required a lot of janky things like wave dashing. Notice how in Ultimate they added things like short hopping into attacks, like actual thing. They added back
Yeah.
directional air dodge. So they want that competitive edge, but they want it in a natural way, not through janky physics like wave dashing. Which, to be
Yeah.
fair, was intended at first, but yeah.
All right. So, we're gonna wrap this up soon. Name the 5 mains that you're gonna be using.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Wolf, Simon, Richter, Shulk, and Ganondorf.
Legit.
For me, let's see. Shulk, definitely. Piranha Plant, I really want to try him out. Let's see. Lucas. I think like Simon Belmont. I don't know if I want to main him, but I think it'd just be cool to try. Let's see. Who's it? Corrin and Incineroar seems cool also.
Brandon, we're doing the five mains that we're gonna be
The 5
using.
mains.
I think Shulk
Yeah.
and Piranha Plant mostly for me though. Those two seem so
I'm
much fun.
definitely doing Incineroar too. And
Yeah.
And I said I'm gonna keep some of my Smash 4 mains like Ness and Shaw.
All right.
And I'm gonna try Zelda as well.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, I also want to try out Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like my main main.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play as him. Yeah.
Evan.
My 5 mains would be Villager, Isabel, Kirby. I don't know if I'd say Lucas or Ness. Probably Lucas because I haven't played him because I
Yeah.
never
Pichu.
bought Smash 4 DLC. And for the 5th
Same.
one, I want to say King K. Rool, just because he looks really fun when he does.
Yeah.
When it comes Ness versus Lucas, I've mained both in the past, and but Ness is a ton of fun if you know how to use him right. But I find that Lucas is a lot more exciting to play just because it takes a lot more skill. He's a lot faster, but he does a little bit less damage all at one time. So you have to kind of know how to use him well. For my mains, I want to use Shulk as number 1, Lucas is number 2, Cloud is number 3. So Cloud is number 3, so that nothing has changed for my Wii U setup. Number 4, I want to do Simon. Number 5, I want to do number 5, I want Marth, and then number 6, I'm actually gonna put a 6th one. I don't know yet, but I really want to try Ken because I really like playing Ryu in Smash 4, but he's just not fast enough for me. He doesn't feel dynamic enough for me. He feels kind of clunky. But I think Ken might be the edge that I need in order to like make him viable for myself.
Yeah, Ken definitely looks more fun than Ryu, especially like effects wise.
Yeah, like I've played Ryu in the past, and he's a ton of fun because you get to mess around with like button combo inputs and stuff like that. And I love doing the fire Hadouken, and that's a ton of fun. But it's never really felt viable. Like if I wanted to go like play somewhat competitive with my brothers or my friends, I've never picked Ryu just because it doesn't feel viable. But I think Ken might get there for me.
Get to that, main level.
Yeah.
Are you sure you can win with him?
Oh god.
Like one thing I'm really excited for Smash is so I didn't get all the DLC characters. I only got Lucas and Corrin
Right.
in Smash 4.
Lucky. I bought them all when they came out, and so I probably spent $20 more than I should have.
Yeah, yeah, and then so I think it's gonna be fun to try out those other characters I haven't tried out, and plus all the newcomers and all the stages I didn't get to see. And I haven't played Melee. I've only played Brawl, and I haven't played the original. But those all other stages, even those characters from Melee, I haven't played before, so it's gonna be fun.
Why did they put Great Cave Offensive back?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Cave.
Why?
I
That has
know.
caused me so
Why are we
much
here?
pain.
Just to suffer.
Fun.
I have inflicted so much pain because all my friends do is they choose the stage and then they run
Oh.
away.
Yeah, I
And
know.
the matches go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 stocks or something, and everyone has 3 stocks.
Exactly.
Although now that you can turn off stage hazards, I wonder how that stage is gonna look.
Oh God.
But yeah, shall we wrap this up then?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
I hope we get to talk about this again sometime because it was really fun
Yeah,
and time
we
to
should-
fly.
yeah,
we should-
Maybe,
we
we
should-
should, maybe like when it comes
should-
out, we can do like our thoughts on the game and how gameplay and stuff like that. Like when you
That'll
gotta play
be
it.
like 5 hours long of a podcast.
Yeah, no.
We'll do a post release something.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
All right.
thoughts and stuff. Yeah.
definitely.
All right, let's wrap this up. As always, so our Twitter accounts are probably, if this is on YouTube, so the Twitter
Yeah.
accounts are probably flashing by the screen. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian, as always.
They're gonna appear right now.
Cool.
Wow.
As well as the Quest Clearcast Twitter. If you have topics you want us to discuss, put them there. In the next 2 weeks between now and the next podcast, I'm gonna try and get our YouTube and Twitter accounts to have like banners and designs and stuff like that. And also, I'm going to send the audio files to a couple podcasting sites so you guys can listen to this audio only. I know that I have friends who've wanted to listen to this, but just haven't had the time and don't feel like opening a YouTube browser. So,
Yep.
Good.
yeah. Thank you all for joining me in this.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you too.
No problem.
And next
Thanks for
episode
having
should
us.
be part 2 of the Xenoblade.
Xenoblade,
Huh?
where we talk about Xenoblade 2 and
And
Xenoblade 2
Torna.
Torna, the Golden Country.
Ideally, yep. All right.
Hopefully, I'll beat it by then.
And with that, this quest is now clear.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Goodbye.